I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. As the world continues the fight against COVID-19, our John Arking reports local health officials say they too are cooperating with one another in the midst of the pandemic.
Wally Diakino is the Chief Operating Officer for Advent Health Hospital in Flagler and says they have made beds available as needed for patients in surrounding areas like Volusia County.
When there were situations where we as an organization felt that a particular hospital was getting closer to its capacity, then we would reach out to another hospital to see if there was capacity so we can send patients that were actually in the emergency room that was actually scheduled to be admitted. So we wouldn't take a patient that's already in the hospital to move them. We actually have a call every day around 12:30 to do an assessment across the region to make sure that we can leverage each other in terms of capacity.
Diakino says those patients from surrounding municipalities who die in Advent Flagler from COVID would not be counted as a local death. Instead, that would be tagged to their place of origin. From the WNCF Newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
We've heard that getting results from a coronavirus swab test can take several days. Is there something faster?
Medical professionals say there is an instant or a rapid test, but Advent Health Hospital Emergency Room Director Dr. Paul Mucciola says we're not using it yet.
When people look at testing, hospital testing versus testing outside, the hospital is held to a different standard, and we have to be. Because, as Wally said, we can't make a mistake.
Dr. Mucciola said that the tests have to be right when you're putting people in the hospital with other people. Flagler County Health Officer Bob Snyder said that the rapid test is being used in Florida in bigger hospitals. He said that it looks for the antigen and the protein to test for the virus. But he said few companies are making the rapid test.
The problem is there's a small number of manufacturers, so it's not en masse produced. So it's just 2 or 3 companies that the FDA have approved for that.
Snyder said the FDA is considering a saliva test that would change color on a treated strip of paper to tell if a person is positive or negative with COVID-19. To listen to the interview, download the Flagler radio app and then go to the Free for All Friday podcast. Tomorrow, Vivify Technology. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
We're getting a lot of calls where honestly people are just scared about the COVID.
And Lisa Asbill, customer service supervisor for Palm Coast, says she and others are there to offer a friendly voice to just listen or answer questions during the coronavirus pandemic. With City Hall closed and most employees working remotely, the city's customer service line shattered records in July, receiving more than 12,000 calls.
They're worried about their utility bills, and we are taking that extra stride to first be a calm, kind voice on the other line because they're already stressed out enough with everything going on. We want to make sure that we can work with them, give them any sources that they are needing. We have a list of agencies that help customers with their bills.
Her call center usually handles all the calls related to stormwater, utilities, and garbage collections, but they're prepared to just listen.
Honestly, if they just need to talk, I would say 9 times out of 10, they just needed to hear a friendly voice on the other side.
Anyone with questions or concerns can call 986-2360 or head over to palmcoastconnect.com. The 13th annual Intracoastal Waterway cleanup is revving up in Palm Coast. Karen Johnson has the story.
The event draws volunteers to protect and enjoy nature by removing trash within their developments and other places, according to Jordan Myers, environmental planning technician with the City of Palm Coast.
Clean up the trails, they clean up the parks. Some volunteers actually take out their boats and clean up right along the shores and the waterways.
If you're interested, you must pre-register at palmcoastconnect.com. Volunteers will receive a t-shirt, trash bags, gloves, mask, and safety sheet. The deadline for online registration is September 4th. There will be no registration the day of the event due to COVID-19 and the need to maintain social distancing and minimize gatherings, which Myers says is a priority this year too.
We're actually doing 4 supply pickup days where the volunteers can pull into the community center parking lot, give us a call on the community center phone, which is 986-2323, and staff will bring their supplies right out to their car, put it in their trunk, so it's 100% completely contactless.
Supply pickup will be contactless at the Palm Coast Community Center, located on Palm Coast Parkway Northeast on September 8th, 9th, and 11th from 9 to 2. Trash pickup will happen September 12th from 8 to 1. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.